Hey everyone, welcome to my video on EQ. In this video I'm going to go over some cool tricks I use myself for EQ on guitar. The video applies to all genres, not just shoegaze, but there will be some shoegaze specific stuff of course as well. As is required if you're a YouTuber, I have to ask you now to please subscribe, hit the bell icon and leave a like. Thank you so much for your support, and let's get straight into the video. So my signal chain for this video is my Fender Kurt Cobain Jaguar into the Boss EQ200 into my Roland JC40 amp. So an overview of the EQ200, it has class leading sound as you would expect from Boss, 32-bit ADDA, 32-bit floating point processing and 96 kHz sampling rate. It's a dual 10-band EQ that can be used in stereo, parallel or series. You have an insert function for processing external effects, which I will go over in this video, and there's 3 different settings of EQ range to choose from. For this video, I'm going to be using 30Hz to 12.8 kHz. Each band offers 15 decibels of boost or cut, and there's also an overall level control. Another really cool feature is the stereo link function for operating both EQ channels together. There's 2 channels on this device, channel A and channel B. So you can do lots of things with that, which I will show in this video. And finally, we have the panel lock function, which is great for avoiding unwanted changes. So let us go over the scary subject of EQ. It's perhaps lumped in with compression because people don't understand how the two work, but in this video I'm going to simplify it and make it easy to understand for all of us. I thought this would be a good video to announce that my voice doesn't actually sound like this. I actually cut some of the low frequencies because it helps remove plosives, which is like the P's and the S's. My voice is actually deeper than this and not so nasally. So EQ is very powerful. It can change your voice. So to start with, human hearing ranges from 20 Hz to 20 kHz. You know, I'm something of a scientist myself. In simple terms, you can understand EQ like the EQ section on your amp, so you have lows, you have mids, and you have highs. For the EQ200, we have frequencies of 30 Hz to 12.8 kHz in the standard configuration. 30 Hz to 250 Hz represent the low frequencies. 250 Hz to 4 kHz represents mid frequencies, or mids, scoop those mids like ice cream. And 4 kHz to 12.8 kHz represents high frequencies, or in other words, treble. Out of all these frequencies, mids are key to your guitar sound, as this is where the most activity is happening in regards to frequency. So for settings 1 to 3, the input-output configuration is a stereo EQ. So I'm going mono in, and then I'm going into the 2 EQs, which are linked A and B, and then stereo out into my amp. Setting 1 is ideal for a clean guitar sound. I'm cutting some of the low frequencies to get rid of unwanted noise, and I'm boosting the high frequencies to brighten the guitar sound. EQ is all about subtlety, so setting 2 looks to deal with a bright guitar sound. If your guitar's too bright, this is a good setting to use, so I am just reducing some of the high frequencies, and that deals with the situation. Setting 3 is my ideal guitar sound. For this, I'm applying a low pass and a high pass filter. This cuts off the extreme ends of the frequency spectrum. So for our low pass, think of it as allowing lows to get through, and for our high pass, think of it as allowing highs to get through. In the current setting with both low pass and high pass filters applied, I am cutting both low frequencies and high frequencies. Cutting the low frequencies reduces some of the muddiness in the mix, and cutting high frequencies reduces some of the brightness. To make up for this, I have boosted the low frequencies at 200 Hz and I have boosted the high frequencies at 6.4 kHz. This ensures I get a well-rounded guitar sound. So the input-output configuration for setting 4 is as follows. My guitar goes into input A. This goes through to pre-EQ, EQ A, which goes out of output A, into my external device, which in this case is the Boss OD200 overdrive distortion, then into input B from the OD200. This is my post EQ, EQ B, and then this goes out of output B into my amp. This allows me to shape the EQ before and after the distortion pedal. So effectively I have 2 EQ pedals in one. So EQ-A is the pre-EQ, and I've just reduced some of the brightness on my guitar for this. EQ-B is the post-EQ, so shaping the tone after the distortion pedal, and for this I've boosted the low slightly because I like the sound of this with distortion. For setting 5, I have it set so I have 2 independent EQs in series. This is useful if you're like me and you play lots of guitar solos. So I have it set up so the on-off button is assigned to EQ-A and then the memory button is assigned to EQ-B. So to do this, you're going to access the parameter menu by selecting the channel and memory buttons, and then on the memory function, select B+. So why would you want 2 EQs in series? Well, for EQ-A, I am reducing the brightness on my guitar. It's not that my guitar is necessarily too bright. It's just a common thing I like to do because everyone knows that really bright guitars are just not nice at all. And then I am known for being like Slash, and I'm playing my guitar solo, so I have EQB, and then I'm just boosting those high frequencies so I can cut through the mix and Axel doesn't get mad at me.